Hey guys, welcome back to Miss Moore's Monday Math Challenge. If you tuned in to the last video about the Easter math curse, then you know that this story problem here is going to have a lot to do with rows and columns and everything you're learning in Mission 6. So before we get started with that, let's go over our rules. Remember, I'm going to do Part A with you. You're going to do Part B by yourself. Okay? And whenever you do that, snap a picture, put it in the comments on the second grade Facebook page, and you'll get entered for a chance to win a beyblade. We'll put that up here to remember what you're working for over here. A super cool beyblade. All right, so I'm here to motivate you because guess what? I know learning from home is tough. You keep going. Show me your grit. Show me your determination. You can do it, and I believe that you can do it. Remember, the end goal here is third grade, being prepared. Keep learning, doing those 4 lessons at least a week. Stick with me. Let's do our 2-step story problems, and we'll get you there for math, okay? So, looking at our story problem, every story problem we solve, we follow these steps. It's going to help us attack the problem. And what's step number 1? Step number 1, read the problem twice. All right, so this story problem was submitted by a little girl named Rhylee, and I like to call her Miss Smith. She is in my homeroom math class. See there? Miss Rhylee, look, she even wrote me a message on the bottom. Hello, Miss Laura. Hello, Miss Smith. So I'll put a picture of this in the comments below so you'll be able to see your Part B. Little Rhylee, or Miss Smith. I teach a bunch of Ryleys, so I call her Miss Smith. All right, so Rhylee opened up a pack of her favorite cookies. There were 3 equal rows of 5 cookies. How many total cookies did Rhylee have in her pack? Sounds like some of those words we used in that Easter math curse story, right? We read it once, read it twice. This time, you're going to pick up your pencil, write your key information. I'm going to circle my key information up here. You ready? Read. Rhylee opened up a pack of her favorite cookies. Stop at my period like I always do. I start making my mind movie. Picture in your head, I see Miss Smith over there, and she's opening up her favorite batch of cookies. Is there anything necessarily that I need to circle in this one? No, but it was a good mind movie I made. Okay, keep reading. There were 3 equal rows of 5 cookies. Period. Stop. Think about what you just read. There were 3 equal rows of 5 cookies. What's my key information there that I need to circle? I would circle 3 equal rows of 5, okay? So we have 3 equal rows of 5 cookies. Keep reading. How many total cookies did Rhylee have in her pack? Okay? Read it once, read it twice. We circled our key information. Step number 2, rewrite your question. Well, here's my question mark. I'm going to rewrite this question into an answer statement, okay? So if I read, how many total cookies did Rhylee have in her pack? Let me underline those keywords that I need to pull out to use for my answer statement. How many total cookies did Rhylee have? That one makes sense. Rhylee had, okay, blank total cookies in her pack. Use those words to write your answer statement. I'm going to do mine now. You do yours. Rhylee or Miss Smith had blank total cookies in her pack. You use the words straight from that question into your answer statement, okay? So, step number 1, read the problem twice. Step number 2, rewrite your question. Step number 3, draw what you know. What do I know here? Oh, I only got one circled thing here that I circled. What do I know? I know that she has 3 equal rows of 5 cookies. So, thinking about that and making my mind movie, I gotta remember what's the difference between rows and columns. Think back on that last video, that Easter math class video that we had, that I had to walk Molly around, and we found out that the columns in my house were like this, right? What were like the rows? The bleachers you sat in for a Veterans Day program and all that stuff. Those were rows. So she had 3 equal rows of 5. How many rows does she have? 3. I'm going to give you like a little zigzag around that. 3 equal rows. That's important, okay? So now, thinking about that and thinking about step 3 is draw what you know. Let's see. So I know she has 3 rows. Well, there's 1 row. I'm going to number it, number 1. You know, I like my labels. How many cookies are in row 1? Well, if it's 3 equal rows of 5. So row 1 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 cookies in row 1. Is there only 1 row? No, don't chip her cookies. She like her cookies now. How many rows does she have? 3 rows. So then she has row 2 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to arrange these cookies into rows and put them equally to make an arrangement that we call an array. Okay? So 1 row of 5, 2 rows of 5, 3 rows. I like my labels. 1. See if I can line them up. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So she has 1 row, and you know, you can even, like sometimes in class, what we would do, we would take our pencil and separate. I have 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows. You can draw a line to separate your rows. Here's 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows. If when you get to going and they're talking about columns and your groups are going this way, you know you did something wrong. We're not talking about this way. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. Does that say 5 equal columns? Be sure you read. 2nd graders have to what? Read. All right, so 3 equal rows of 5. Got that ready, got my drawing, good to go. Step number 1, write the problem twice. Step number 2, rewrite your question. Step number 3, draw what you know. Step number 4, write your equation. What would be my equation here? It's going to have more than 2 add-ins on this one. This one has 3 add-ins because we have 3 rows. So our equation here would be 5 plus 5 plus 5, okay? Equals blank, right? Because ultimately, what we're trying to do is see 3 groups of 5 equals blank. That's what we're trying to figure it out. Because remember, again, that math course video I did just before this one, a word you can change for rows is groups or columns or units. So we have 3 equal groups of 5. 3 equal groups of 5. What is that going to equal? Well, we did step number 1, 2, 3, and 4. What's step number 5? Anytime we solve a story problem, solve and get to work. All right, so how am I going to attack this problem? This one's an easier one for me. If it's not an easier one for you, what you need to do is figure out the best strategy that works for you, whether it be arrowway, whether it be tip diagrams or place value charts, whatever. What I see here that jumps out to me, and which better jump out at all of you guys, what is 5 plus 5? 10. So if I have 5 plus 5 equals 10, what's 10 plus 5? You know that. 15. So 3 groups of 5 equals what? 15. Now, before I go putting that in my blank and doing all those other things, go back and check your work. Don't just guess, check it. You can go back and count. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So, how many Rhylee had? How many total cookies in her pack? 15. Box it out. All right, guys? So, this was only part A. I'm going to post a picture of Rhylee's problem that she did here, and you guys saw part B. Snap a picture, put it in the comments. You'll get entered for your chance to win a beyblade. Oh, before I leave, you know what we should do? At the end of mission 6, they take this, and what they're going to do, and what you'll see, is they make something like this, but with no spaces, no gaps. And let me show you how you can draw that in an easier way. So same problem, I'm just gonna draw it for you, okay? So if she has one row of 5, the way you would draw that in an array and with no spaces, no gaps, is with something we would call square tiles. Now for square tiles on this, all it's gonna be is little squares. I made you guys some square tiles. Let me run and get it. I'm coming. Don't leave me. Okay. So, my square tiles that I made, since I don't have my foam ones at school, are sticky notes, because they're squares. And look, I have pink ones. They match my lips. All right, so a way that you would do this with your square tiles would be, here's one row of what? 5. 1, 2, no space, no gaps. 3, 4, and 5. That's only one row of 5. To keep it going, you would again start here, no space, no gaps. Not like that. That's a space. Let me see if I can get it on there. Now start my second row of 5 with Miss Rhylee's cookies. Okay? And then, so now I have 2 equal groups of 5 arranged nice and neat into rows. Now here's her 3 equal groups of 5. And how do we arrange our groups? We arrange them into rows. 3 equal groups, 3 equal rows of 5. No space, no gaps. All right? So this is something that you would see in class, and you're gonna see it on your Zern lessons, them talking about square tiles, okay? It's a math tool, it's a manipulative that you can use to help you build equal groups and arrangements or arrays and make them into these arrays with no spaces, no gaps, right? A way you will move on from this step is actually drawing these arrays. And the way you would do that is similar to these circles, but they're not circles, like them squares, okay? And no space, no what? Gaps. So say in row 1, okay? You would start with your starter square is what I'm gonna call it. Now, how many are in row 1? Equal groups of 5. So, the thing I keep saying in my head to draw these, top, bottom, close it. Top, bottom, close it. See how it's making it? Top, bottom, close it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then top, bottom, close it. That is 1 row of 5. Got to keep it going because there has to be 3 rows. So on this one, start off your starter. Now this is where it gets even easier. Bottom, close it. Bottom, close it. Bottom, close it. Bottom, close it. Now I have 1 row, 2 rows of 5, okay? Almost there. 3 rows, start with your starter, bottom, close it, bottom, close it. Oh, Miss Moore would get me with them spaces. bottom, close it, bottom, close it, bottom, close it. So this is a rectangular array with no spaces, no gaps. Something you're gonna see in 3rd grade. Why it's so important for you to continue your learning at home. Get prepared. You try it. You try drawing a rectangular array, still having 15 as your total, but making sure that there's no spaces and no gaps. Got it? All right. So thank you, Rhylee, for submitting this. Take a picture, put it in the comments. If you're not on the Facebook page, give me a like on that YouTube channel and then send in your picture to your teacher and your teacher can give it to me. We'll still count it. Also, submit your next problems for the next story problem of the day. And we'll announce the winner for this probably on Thursday or Friday to get it going. Bye, guys. I'm proud of you. Keep going.